Right. Hello. Welcome. I got Zoom over here. I got TikTok over here. This is the Spirit Aligned Side Hustle. And we're going to talk about side hustles. And everybody can hear me. And the technical difficulties are just the universe challenging you right before the moon is in Leo on Friday, full moon in Leo this Friday. And the time ramping up to that is always, always a test. Always like, are you going to shine in despite of these challenges? It's like always gets you right where you feel the most insecure. It always is like right when you feel the most sensitive. And for me, I used to feel incredibly helpless around technology and like it's not working, let's give up. And the universe is now saying, you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up. I'm not going to let you. So that all being said, all the frazzled energy in the air being said, we are going to, at the end of this, you're going to feel ready to take action. So in order to feel ready to take action, we need to clear frazzled energy. So let's just take a minute and meditate together. So wherever you are, connect to your lungs. Feel your lungs expanding for you with no effort at all. No effort. They're working for you. Connect your feet flat on the ground. And with no effort at all, feel the connection between the earth and your body. The chakras on the bottom of your feet open, thinking of flowers on the bottom of your feet, just bloom open. And you have now established this connection between you and the earth. You are grounded, you are safe, you are in your body. And anytime you start to feel out of your body, wiggle your toes and focus on your lungs expanding. Visualize the earth's energy coming up towards your body, up through your feet, up through the legs, to the root chakra where they activate energy at the spine. Connect with your tailbone, connect with your pelvis with no effort at all. No effort at all. Feel how it's all working for you. Earth's energy rises up through the spine, up to the back of the head, to the front of the head, in to activate the third eye center, the center of knowing, the center of seeing what your two eyes cannot see. The third eye is activated by the earth's energy. The earth is sending you signals and pulses of certainty, of clarity, of warning signals, of intuitive nudges, instinctual energy, like you are provided for, you're connected. And from whenever those times that you need something a little extra earthly, extraterrestrial, the cosmic energies feel safe to connect through your crown chakra, top of the head. Relax the eyebrows. Crown energy is coming in. There's a sparkly white light that feels like warm honey. Warm, welcoming warm honey, relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing the cheeks, and relaxing the crown center, the center of identity, the center of ideas, the center of connection, the center of more. So whenever you're feeling, I want more, the crown chakra is there. It's open. You're grounded. You're ready. Let's go. And lastly, feel your heart beating as you rub your hands together. This is all going to tie in so beautifully when we talk about money and charging and upcharging, upselling and clients and all the things that we need in a side hustle. We know we need to talk business. We know we need to talk business. We know we need to talk effort and strategy. But before we get there, get your hands on board and rub your hands together. Open up your chakra centers in your hands, open up your heart center. First, right now, your body wants to come along for the ride on this conversation about side hustles. Your body's unique intelligence, the cosmos' desire to help you and swim in and fill your brain with ideas. We got to get there first. So, after you've opened up the sensitivity in your hands, take another deep exhale and connect to the group energy. People are here live, people are here on the replay, Zoom, TikTok, past, present, future. There is somebody right now for you to connect to energetically. So connect to your body, smile, and connect to somebody else energetically who is here. Past, present, future, doesn't matter. This information transcends time. It transcends this current present moment. It transcends TikTok. It transcends Zoom. It transcends Facebook. It transcends podcasts. And connecting to the group energy allows other people to support you on your journey, starting your own side hustle. Because a reason why we struggle is because we feel like we are alone, and you are not. Put your hands over your heart now that you've opened up your heart chakras, and energetically sense that there is someone out there who needs something that you have. You know something. You are confident in an area of your life that someone else out there is like, I don't know, man, I'm struggling. And if you feel like you are that person that's like, I need a boost. I need some juice. Set your intention right now to receive that idea. Your crown chakra is open, you're grounded to the earth. Someone else has a bright idea. Someone else is connecting to you energetically. Wherever you are in time and space, that person will find you and they'll send you their energy because we're connected. Relax your shoulders. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes, come out of it. Open your eyes if they were closed. Take a sip of water, ground yourself in your pleasure. All right, let me check on Zoom. You guys doing okay? Okay, great. Okay. So let's talk side hustle first. Let's talk business. It is so important for a side hustle to feel easy. Like I said before, we don't want more effort. We don't want a 9 to 5 and then a 5 to 9. There is going to be effort involved. There is going to be upfront work and care. There is going to be action to be taken, but it is never going to be out of a sense of like effort and you must do it. And like the way that the world around you subconsciously conditions you to. So, which is why it's so important to take a daily practice of connecting with your own body, your own intelligence, and the ideas that might be within or outside of you. If you have an open crown center in human design, thank you for the likes. If you have an open heart center, if you have an open crown center in human design, you might need to go for a walk and go to an art museum or scroll Pinterest or just like be in an open space of energy, of inspiration, taking in inspiration, for you to get your ideas that you can then amplify. If you have a defined crown center in human design, it might just be about getting quiet and getting with your own ideas that are already flowing. That might be keeping a journal next to your bed. Whichever one resonates with you, if you have no idea what human design is, whichever one resonates with you more. If you're like, I have these ideas, I'm just not taking action on them, start writing them down. That is action. Writing them down is action. So when I talk about side hustle, I'm not talking Bitcoin. I'm not talking because that's just like something I have no experience in and no desire to do. And most people come to my life don't have any desire to do that either. So I'm not talking Bitcoin. I'm not talking day trading. I'm not talking like starting a drop shipping company. But if at some point you're like, that is what I desire to do, more power to you. What I'm talking about right now, like I think the first step to side hustle is connecting with your overflow and someone else's need. Like that is the energetic blueprint of it. Like what are you in overflow with? What energy are you in overflow with? And what is someone else's need? Because the way that energy works in the world, someone is always in an overflow and someone is always in a deficit. And the way that we make this economy look like what we want it to look like, the way that we earn more money for ourselves and for our family is by connecting with that and not being stingy with your overflow. So if you're here, I have a feeling that you have an overflow of ideas, an overflow of energy, an overflow of time, an overflow of desire to help, a desire to connect, a desire to create, a desire to like make things happen. Like maybe you want to start hosting like workshops, events, retreats. You want to bring something in that was not before. Like you have a desire to see things move. Does that make sense? Like you want to see people connect. You want to see people, you want to start, like you want to join a farmer's market stand. You want to bring something that you have overflow of that somebody else has deficit in. That is like the most sustainable energetic model of a business. Because let's say like you're like, I'm just going to start this business because I think it's going to be profitable. People ask me all the time, what is the most profitable side hustle? What is the most profitable niche? What is the most profitable offer? And I have to go to ground zero and I have to like, what do you currently have overflow in? And can you connect to that overflow? And can you connect to somebody else's deficit? And I don't mean like go around and see how much other people suck, but it's like connecting to that service portion of business is sustainable AF. Like you just feel like there's not like something can't be taken from you. Um, I will completely admit that when I first started my first side hustle, which was freelance writing, I was completely operating from a place of I want money. I want money to quit my 9 to 5 job. That was my intention. And I every day felt like this crippling feeling like my clients were mad at me, like this could all be taken down for like taken down. Like I had this overwhelming fear of my Instagram being disabled, my website being taken down, like just it being taken from me because I was connected to like the money, like this was my money rather than connecting to like what was I actually delivering people. I was doing work that they didn't want to do, but I didn't connect any more deeply than that. So can you connect every day to a feeling of overflow in you? Maybe right now you're like, I don't have any overflow, which in which case, if you're saying that, I don't think that's true. Like I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. I don't think that's true. Um, because when you're connecting to the service of something, when you're connecting to the I'm helping people, and there are people who need me, that is like business 101. And people skip through those steps because they want to see like people talk about holes in the market or trends. Really what they're saying is my overflow, your need. So every day doing a little meditation to connect to like your own body and your own energy and sensing what is easy and effortless and fun for you. That is a service in of itself. Like if you're doing something that people don't need, like things that are beautiful, making flowers, painting, like maybe people don't need these things. Like you're not curing cancer here. You're not feeding the poor necessarily, but you are operating from a deficit and someone else's needs. Because for specifically for generator types, people who just like have a lot of energy, they might feel like I want to do this thing, but who needs it? Who wants it? Like, is this profitable? If you have an abundance of it, just apply the strategy, you're good. So um it's about connecting to something that you truly genuinely enjoy, but you don't have to be married to it. So like dog walking, course creation, Etsy shop, connecting to that feeling of like this is a like, this is a like system for my overflow. Etsy is just a system for my overflow. Dog walking is a system for my overflow. And we're going to talk a little bit more about business strategy in like a minute. Like how can you actually make money off of this? Like how can you actually be doing this rather than just like connecting? But I cannot overstate the importance of connecting to the energy, the need and the deficit. Because when I've said this like 1,000 times, but I just feel like I need to keep repeating myself over and over and over again. We'll move on, I promise. But like when someone else is in need, there's an energy balance. And like the game of business, the energetic game of business is constantly playing with the scales of like my need, their need, my overflow. And then you'll have a need and then you connect to someone else's overflow. And it's just like this like energetic giving, 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 giving. If you've noticed, like all the most successful businesses have a like they donate to charity or they do some work for free because successful businesses know that it's all about a give and take, an energetic give and take, energetic give and take. So I'm not saying you need to donate to charity right now, but I'm saying that if you have an overflow, you need to be giving because that's how the universe keeps itself in balance. So currently right now I have one of my side hustles is like literally the easiest in the world. Um and I actually am not the queen of passive income. So I thought that when I came into entrepreneurship, I thought that it was like sitting on a laptop and working really, really, really hard and then selling that passively over and over and over again. That's like what I thought it was because that's what I saw all like Instagram gurus doing on Facebook on like Facebook ads. People were like, I started a business from my laptop and now I can travel and do whatever I want. And that is what it can look like. But to me, like I sold myself short on like the little happy side hustles, like dog walking, like babysitting. And there is a side hustle for you that is going to feel effortless. It's going to feel easy based off what you already have. Even to somebody else, they're like, ew, babysitting, I would never do that. Ew, dog walking, I would never do that. You might be like, ew, creating a course and selling it to a bunch of strangers on the internet. Ew. Like that is kind of ew. Like, and for me, that for the longest time, like I resisted that because I didn't want to be doing that. I wanted to get very grounded and connected to my overflow and someone else's need. And from that space, creating courses, getting into Bitcoin. I'm not into Bitcoin, but like I imagine that that would be so much easier. If that makes sense, let me know. Comment below. Let me know. Like, are you feeling that? Like, because that's just like a super, super important piece that I'm just going to keep referring back to over and over again. So one of my side hustles right now is I literally nanny at a local church. I will like go there for 2 hours on a Sunday. I bring my son with me. He plays with toys, and I keep forgetting that I'm making money doing this because it just feels so like ingrained to what I normally want to do. Thank you, Chingona. So like the best feeling is when you're doing what feels normal and natural to you and money shows up for you. And that might mean some systems set up front. Like, for example, I cannot tell you how many artists I know don't want to charge for their art because they don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations. They don't want to put the number, type the number into Etsy and being like, they don't want to price their genius. And all I'm saying is like a little tweak in your money mindset up front is going to just be helping you so much. Like, because money isn't energy. And I talk a lot, and I talk a lot about like how you need to be working for energy. And that might not look like money all the time if you don't feel good about charging at the time or you want to build up testimonials, but everything you do needs to be money for energy for energy. No matter what, like get this into your head like right now. Every single piece of work that you do must be energy for energy. Even if it means like you're comping somebody something because you want to build testimonials, you want to um like you just want to like do something for charity, like whatever it is, there has to be energy for energy, period. And daily meditation practices, daily rituals, daily connecting with yourself is going to help you feel what energy for energy feels like. I like if you've ever done something and you're like this is draining, it's because there isn't that proper energy for energy. So you have to understand like how energy actually works, how it transmits through your body, how like where in your body do you create energy? Are you a generator? Are you not a generator? Like there's just this like mastery of energetics that needs to come along with the business conversation. Because if you've ever worked a job and you're like, this job is draining. Or if you've ever worked a job where someone is like, I could never do that. And you're like, I love it because it does feel like energy for energy. I like, for example, I worked at Starbucks in college, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that sounds hard." And it was hard, but it was so energy for energy. I feel like I would show up, I would hang out with my friends, we would work on a collaborative project, I'd drink some coffee, I'd clean some stuff, and a paycheck would show up. Like, that is what you want. That is the feeling that you are going to like tap into. What word would you put to like drop it in the comments? What word would you ascribe to working and like money just shows up? Working and money shows up. And please don't get me wrong, there are systems that are attributed to this. You need to establish systems, whether that's a W 2 that your employer sets up, because side hustles can be part time jobs if that is in energetic alignment with you. If that's like, what feeling would you prescribe to? I work, I do what I like, money shows up for me. I work, money shows up for me. I like that system, right? Eight, infinity. Hi, Jess. My dog wants to be here so bad. For me, that feeling is like, I used to call it elation, excitement. I'm working, money, yay. But now I call it relaxing because there's nothing more relaxing to me than balance. I do, I'm appreciated. I do, I'm appreciated. Like that is like the basic energetics. Hi, Jess. My dog wants to hang out with me so bad. Like, what would you call that? Like, feeling secure, feeling safe, feeling okay, feeling appreciated, feeling like you're building, feeling like what's the opposite of depletion for you? Like, what is that word? I really think it's important that you have that word. It's just a word, like, it's just a word. But words cultivate feelings. Balance or security. Balance is a really strong one. Security is also a really strong one. Balance, it's like, okay, so how can you every day cultivate balance in your day every single day? So when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel balanced. My toddler sleeps like right here, and I'm tossing and turning. Like I don't sleep great because I have a toddler. But I step up, and the first thing I do is ask myself like, what do I need for balance? I need to go on a walk, I need to drink my coffee, and I need to like get in the energy. And so that is balance. So Chingona, what is something that you can do every day to like cultivate that feeling of balance? Because that's what making money feels like. It's constantly putting you back at equilibrium. Like you work, money shows up. Or money, you're paid first, money shows up. You're paid first, or sorry, Money shows up, you work. Money shows up, you work. Like, have you ever, if you've ever like really been into like working out or like walking every day or journaling, like you have some type of habit that you really enjoy, and you like you go to the gym every day, you take a walk every day, you drink your tea in the morning every day, and there's ever a day where you don't, like you skip it because you're traveling or something, like life happens, um, that feels like lack of balance. Like that's how addictions are formed, is because we're like, I need my balance, I need my balance. But you can also get balance to work for you. So a lot of times, like for me, whenever my income like kind of dips under what feels in balance for me, like energetically, like this income feels in balance for me. Um, I'll get these ideas start to kick in. And I'll be like, okay, do this for money or talk to that person, be around these people. And that's where the side hustle comes in. And I think you being here is your subconscious asking you for balance. Like, hey, we need to learn because we're out of balance right now. And there's no shame to being out of balance. It's just bringing yourself back into balance and security. And I am like such a huge proponent that, thank you. I am such a huge proponent that my dog wants to go outside. You guys can come with me. Hang on, be right back. You can be a hot mess too. Okay, so balance. Talking about balance. Talking about balance. Talking about balance. Talking about balance. We're back. Okay. What were we saying? Oh boy. So there's always somebody else. I'm just gonna keep going. There's always somebody else who needs, who's asking for balance that you need. I mean, think about a side hustle that you might have had as a teenager, like you're walking someone else's dog. Like my husband used to make so much money dog sitting and so much money like mowing people's lawns and essentially doing whatever was needed because these people were out of balance and he was in overflow of time and energy and he was happy to do it. The other thing about every side hustle you have is there needs to be a little bit more into it and for it for you than money. Like you don't want it to drain you. And I believe, I'm looking at my notes here. Making money feels good when you're solving someone else's problems. You're building something that can't be taken from you. That's what I was going to say. You're building something that cannot be taken from you. When you master the energetics of like energy for energy, you're not going to feel like it's all built on stilts. And it just like helps you sleep better at night, in my opinion. It's not like all going to come crumbling, even if you lose your website. Like, for example, my old Instagram account had like almost 2,000 followers. All of my years of my connections were there and I lost it. And when I found out that I lost it, I barely even cared because I knew that I could just do it all over again. First of all, I don't feel like that Instagram account was energy for energy. I feel like I was putting way more energy into it than I was getting out. So I kind of like didn't really mind. Hello, welcome. Okay. Making money feels good when you're solving someone else's problem and solving your own problem. Like you got like there's got to be energy from energy. I feel like I've said that a million times. So that's probably why at this point, like the people who I are coming into this and who like signed up through my snip feed, like the people who are interested in this and who are here right now, you haven't started a super profitable blog or like hacked drop shipping or like figured out like how to just like make money easily like all the YouTube ad gurus tell you because you knew that that piece of it was lacking. Like I actually saw a TikTok the other day that was like, here's how to make $10,000 passively at Amazon. Do these 3 simple steps. And it was like, so first of all, you're not going to make $10,000 a month just by those simple steps alone. There's going to be a lot more work you need to put into to make $10,000 a month passively off of Amazon. And I say this as someone who I have an Amazon affiliate link, and I know it's not just as simple as like popping some links in Pinterest. Like you have to drive traffic to that and you have to like put in the work. Same with the podcast. My podcast is monetized, but it is like I still got to be showing up on that podcast. Like I still got to be putting that work in there. It just feels good to solve someone else's problems. Like using what comes naturally to you, your overflow for someone else's problems is the reason why you're not on Bitcoin. You're not on Amazon affiliates. You're not like doing all these things because there's also like a lot of work going there. Like I think there's a lot of like money mindset. There's a lot of like self-confidence and like self-limiting beliefs on like what constitutes solving a problem and what is overflow. So for you, for example, like where did I talk about this? I talked about this recently. Oh, I talked about this on a TikTok that like, if you're holding bitterness for people who are making money off of TikTok Shop, for example, full context, I am not one of those people. I have not done anything on TikTok Shop. But if you're holding bitterness for other people doing that and you're not solving your own money issues, it's just going to build bitterness and resentment, which is a stagnant energy, which does not let money flow. So in other words, bitterness for someone else doing what works for them is energetically holding you back. Like bitterness and lack of action. It's like because we're human, like we're all gonna be bitter at some point. But the bitterness and the lack of action is like what stops the money flow and what stops it from feeling good. So there is mindset work that comes to what is my overflow? Does this count as an overflow? Like those are just all questions that I actually answer in the Mystic Moneymaker, which is a course. We'll talk about it later. But just connect and answer for yourself. Like, what is that overflow? Like, what is a problem that's being solved? Because again, like I said, your problem, someone else's problem might not be like they have cancer or they're starving or like, but it also can be. Does that make sense? Um, feeling not connecting to your own overflow will bring about like highlight feelings of scarcity, like time scares, money scares, and that sucks the fun out of everything. When you're like, well, I don't have time, and you're thinking about what you don't have. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have energy. I'm lazy. I'm broke. Like all these words that we're saying to ourselves, that disconnects you from the overflow that you do have, the energetic overflow. And that's why it's so important to like meditate or like think about the energy of things because you're connecting to what you do have rather than me being like, well, be grateful for what you do have. At least you do have money. And I'm like, we're in the business of more. We're not in the business of like, shut up and appreciate what you have. Although connecting to your own unique overflow is it. So the meditation that we did at the beginning of this is sneaky, designed for you to connect to your own overflow and connect to the people around you because people around you also do offer energy for you. Like if you're going to be working, you need to be sustained by other people's energy. And that is something that you can tap into at any point. Because people's energy just like amplifies what currently exists. So you don't need to go at this alone. And for my boundaries girlies, my girlies who like to cut people off and like to establish boundaries, you might be cutting yourself off from good energy as well. And I think that that's not the vibe. We don't need to do that. Okay. The next step, business. We got to talk business. We talked energy, we got to talk business. Every single side hustle that you have, in my humble opinion, the way that you're going to make this work for you quickly is to take an offer and come up with an upsell every time. Because not only does this stretch you energetically, like I'll walk your dog for 20 bucks is selling yourself short. You can walk someone's dog for 20 bucks. But what if you also walked their dog and took them to the dog park and clipped their nails for 100 bucks? I'm making that up. I'm not a dog walker. But like there always needs to be some type of upsell in everything that you offer because it's going to stretch you energetically because the best way to be a magnet to money is to stretch yourself energetically. You're telling the universe, I'm ready for more and I mean it. And my payment to you, the universe, is my discomfort, my limiting beliefs, my old feelings, my old fears. I am giving that to you in exchange for more abundance and more opportunity and being connected to limitlessness and being connected to opportunity. A whole other conversation is like a great way of making money is who you know. And the best way to know more people is to be connected to others, right? Like it's opening up your heart chakra, it's connecting to the group energy and stretching yourself. So learning how to stretch yourself financially, like in what you give and what you receive, like all successful business owners have had at some point, even if your business is like a super tiny whittle biddle side hustle, that's not small energetically. That's huge. And something that I've come to learn is that there are no all like wins in business are the same size. Like sometimes putting yourself out there and putting in an upsell in your side hustle feels bigger than the day that you like closed your house or whatever. Like sometimes those little steps just feel more significant than the sexier ones that everyone like accolades you for on Instagram. And that's like where energy really plays a part because if you're basing your success and your energy and your direction off of what other people are saying on Instagram or like what the likes you're getting are on Instagram, it's going to feel like you're a failure and you're not going to sustain a successful side hustle if you feel like you're a failure. Ask me how I know that one. It's I think the worst marketing strategy is to see what works on Instagram. Like and I do think that it's important that you need to market yourself, you need to connect with people, word of mouth, Instagram, whatever. I think like the group energy is going to be so important in building yourself and connecting with the right people, because also connecting with group energy also helps you answer the question like, well, no one can afford this. Like, I want to charge $200 for my commission oil paintings. I think you should be charging more than that if you're doing oil paintings. I don't know. I'm not an oil painter, but I know that my sister makes handmade pottery and she charges like nothing for it. And I think that that's unfortunate. Um, but connecting to the group energy, connecting to your overflow and someone else's deficit is going to prevent you from undercharging, because you're going to be able to feel like this is a value that I'm giving that someone else is receiving. Like, it just answers those like weird money kinks on like, can I really charge this? Like, ugh. Upsell. That's like solid business strategy. Always have an upsell, because then you can kind of toggle like how hard you're working, how much money you're making. Like if you're like, I'm getting kind of tired of this, I'm going to take off that upsell, or this is really exciting to me, I'm going to expand myself energetically and add an upsell. So what I said before, like everything needs to be energy for energy. That's when you use your energetic discernment. Whenever you do something new and exciting, whenever you're raking in the cash and you're making the money, there's always going to be an energetic vampire that comes in and is like, oh, can I get it for free? Like friends and family are like, or maybe they're just like watching your stuff and like showing up on your lives or whatever and like not participating. Like I remember when I first started my first side hustle, I was going live on Facebook promoting it. And all the people who I was working with at the time were showing up on the live and like watching and then like being weird to me at work. Like that is energy vampire 101. Like these people are taking my light, and energy for energy, grounding in your need, their deficit, like sorry, your overflow, their need, your contribution, their benefit is going to prevent like the energy vampires. It's just like there's a whole energetic strategy on using your own energetic discernment, and like maybe you feel intuitively guided sometimes to offer something for free to somebody in exchange. That's the important word here, in exchange for a testimonial. But maybe it's like I remember people would ask me like, can I get, when I first started blogging, people would be like, can you write me a blog and I'll write you a testimonial? And I would energetically feel like I don't want to do that. Like, but then there'd be other times where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do this. I'll throw in one of these. Like my like the first customers, every time I start a new side hustle, I am like spoiling the shit out of them, because your first customer set such a strong energetic blueprint for the rest of your business. So there are times where you overgive, because when you pinch off that overflow, that like give and receive energy, when you're pinching that off, you're also kind of messing with the energy. It's kind of like if a successful business stops donating to charity, it's like they're pinching off the energy of give and receive. Does that make sense? Yeah, my note says, don't let people try and take your business. Like it's yours. You built it. It's in your energetic blueprint. Like one thing I like to do in meditation is close my eyes and visualize my business as a symbol. Like that could be your logo, that could be like a dog, or it could be a flower, it could be like the color pink, it could be a globe, it could be something. Because then we go out in the universe and you see that symbol somewhere, like you see a pink globe somewhere, or you see a purple star, or you see like the symbol of Venus. That's also a sign for me, is like the symbol of Venus. Whenever I see that, I'm like, ah, yes, like I am in alignment. Coming up with a symbol and seeing it in your meditation only strengthens your side hustle more. So there's a time to charge, there's a time to give things for free. It's all about energy for energy. There is an art and a science to connecting with your community. I am going to walk everyone who signs up for the Majestic Moneymaker step by step through this 14 days. Every single day, we're going to walk through this. We're going to learn strategy. We're going to learn community building. We're going to learn energy blueprint. Like every day, you have to connect with your energy. Every day, you're going to take some shift towards getting your side hustle up and running. Like, I want you guys to visualize right now those money notifications coming in. Like, someone Venmoed you for this. Someone sent you a tip. That happened to me the other day. Actually, I did a reading and somebody Venmoed me a tip for a reading. And I like never take tips for like I don't ask for them, but like people are so in gratitude when you're able to pinpoint your overflow and their deficit. And I say deficit, but like their need, their your I get to with their like I get this. Like I get this. Like I bought this scrunchie from a farmer's market, and I could tell when we were talking that she was kind of like, oh, like I like, it's no thing. Like I just do it with my mom, whatever. And I was like, this is amazing. I didn't even look at the price on it. And also, if you connect to your gift on human design, your strongest sense on human design, that is a strong way to help guide you to like what your overflow is, and that other people are like, oh, I love this. Like if your strongest sense is touch, someone else will love the handmade thing. So I just got an email that my package will be delivered. Great. Okay. Anyway, and you've also probably seen by now, like other people's successful businesses and things were seeming like they just work for them overnight. That was one of my biggest limiting beliefs in business was that things happened overnight. Because when you're in alignment, they feel like they're happening overnight, but you can't force things to happen overnight. Hello. So the biggest thing with that is that it takes everyday practice, it takes group energy, it takes strategy, it takes patience, and most importantly, it takes connecting to your own unique overflow. That means no more limiting beliefs. That means knowing how to blast through these things. Hey, Jackie. That means knowing how to just like take a limiting belief and be like, uh-huh, yeah, no. And turning those limiting beliefs into like your profit. Like you get to like, okay, there's a difference between monetizing your trauma and like running a very like frantic business because you feel like you need to make everyone happy versus like this happened to me. I'm going to turn it, like I'm going to catalyze it into something that I teach other people and help them. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for the rose. That's so nice. We are going through this every single day for 14 days. I'm going to be making you guys side hustle attractors in Mystical Moneymaker. We start on Monday. Every day I'm going to drop a little ritual in there, and we're also going to do a Voxer. So Voxer group chat ritual that you can watch on Snipfeed as well. Yeah, Voxer group chat. Yeah. So it's like you're connecting with the group and you're learning the strategy every day for 14 days and watch your subconscious like rewire in those days. Watch your own story come through. Like, what do you want to do? Like, it's not about like, I need more money because of my bills. Like, what do you want to do? And can you connect to that feeling of like, I do it, money shows up. I do it, money shows up. I do it, money shows up. Like, that is how it works. And I'm certain that right now you can connect to a feeling of you feeling that way. Like, one of my most interesting things I've asked clients on this week is like, can you connect to the feeling right now of I'm working and it's working. I'm working and it's working. And tapping into that feeling every day is going to create this result. So right now, the Mystic Moneymaker, I really want to price that thing at $300. I will not. It is $99. There is a coupon currently set up in Snipfeed. The first 5 people to sign up for it get it for a $69 discount because the word $69 is funny. And I want good people in there. And I'm not pricing it cheap because I want like fucking strangers to go in there and buy a course they're not going to fucking use. I want good people in there. 69. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I just like wanted. So the code, what is the code? Oh my God, I forgot. It's like side hustle. I'm going to look into what it is, right? I literally made it right before this and I forgot. And I put 69 because it's funny. Like I didn't set that intention to like get a bunch of strangers in just because they want something cheap. It's welcome boo, all caps, one word. And there's 5. And after 5, the price is $99. We are going to go through this together as a group. We are going to turn your idea into something so much more tangible. So much more tangible. So if you're on TikTok, which you guys over here are, go to the first link in my bio. Sorry, there's only one link in my bio. Snipfeed, and it's the first button, dare I say? Yeah, it's the first button. Mystic Money Maker. Conjure up 5K. And inside, I'm going to teach you guys specifically how to run the numbers and how to actually get to 5K. Because I didn't just say that number because it's funny. But if you also love it, you can also push the gas and keep going. You can make it your full-time career. Like having a side hustle saved my sorry ass when I rage quit my job 2 months ago. First of all, the job that I rage quit was actually, I just wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just miss being an entrepreneur. But that job started as a side hustle. I graduated with a degree in psychology. I got a front desk job. I wanted to do something more creative. So I started copywriting and doing like graphic design and creative things as a side hustle 4 years later. For the record, it does not need to take 4 years. It took me 4 years because I was swimming in resistance. But 4 years later, perfect divine timing from the universe, I land a full-time job, 2 full-time jobs because of what was once a side hustle. And no, I didn't like work really hard and become worthy. I just let these opportunities find me so that I built a solid portfolio of copywriting as well as creative work. So I was able to establish a full-time job. Like if you want to get out of your current field, like side hustles are the fucking way. Unless you want to go back to school and like learn something else. Like I just feel like side hustles for me are like the secret. Like I had a degree in psychology. I didn't want to go back to school and learn something different. As a Manny Gen who can never make up her mind, I just wanted to try things out. I wanted to know if I would be any good at it before committing to school. Side hustles were the motherfucking secret. I just wish that I had somebody to guide me through that. I wish that I had somebody to like walk me through it step by step, a place to ask questions. And like this is like a this is a no-brainer, like truly. Like I feel so good about this offer. I feel like the right people are going to pop into it. The group energy is going to happen. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this already. I'm only going to do a live component of it like twice a year. So I'm going to keep the rituals up as an evergreen offer. But if you want to have the live portion of it, if you want other people joining, thank you for sharing the live. That's so nice. If you want like the group energy, please like join us. We start on Monday. Also, the most important thing about starting on Monday is that will ensure you, that will give you the kick in the pants that you need to take action. Because look, wait, let's see what happens. Like, okay, so you start today, you sign up today, you get it for $69 off because that's funny. You start on Monday. Together, we take action and build momentum together. Versus you let this sit another 3 months, you sign up on my website for I'm going to probably price it at $300 on my website. And you buy it and you let it sit. People have done that before and I fucking hate it. I hate it when people buy my courses and then just let them sit because I'm putting so much love and work. Someone just bought it. Thank you, Carrie. Oh my God. Okay. Carrie, you've been on one of my live group courses before too. You were on own your art ho vibe. It's called Own Your Art Ho vibe, but we talked about like shadow work and our inner child and like our bodies and stuff. It was amazing. I still get people who say that they really enjoyed that. Like still I get messages from people and I did that. Wow, I'm so glad. Okay, well, great. I'm glad you're here. You're gonna bring such a strong energy. You have solid energy, Carrie. Okay, so like back to what I was saying, I fucking hate it when people buy my courses and then like that's like where passive income to me is like that's where passive income to me feels like sticky. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that because I hate the idea of someone buying my course and then like letting it sit and then like I just make that money and then like that's it. It's like I can't connect to that feeling. I don't like it. So that's why I always put like a little fire under people's butts that I'm like, you got to do this now because this is going to be available on Monday. It's 2 weeks long, and then I'm going to give you guys like 3 weeks to catch up because I don't want this to sit. I want you guys to like do something with it. And if you're like in a space where you're like, I don't have time, I don't have time. If you're like, I don't have time, first of all, it's $30 right now. If you use the code welcome boo, all caps. Guys, Katie's group workshops are dope. Thank you for saying that. Okay, welcome boo, all caps. If you don't have time right now, these are like mental shifts that you should take action on these. I very highly recommend that you take action on them. And I say what that action is. But if you are like, I don't have time to build a website, I don't have time to take on a bunch of clients, like the shifts are more subtle than you think they're going to be. You're going to make massive mental shifts. And then in a month from now, or whenever you're ready, at the perfect timing, you're going to start building. So this isn't me like screaming in your ear, being like, get your website up. That's not what this is. If you do get your website up, I'm going to be a cheerleader and I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to be like, fuck yeah. I'm going to drop the coupon code over here. And what questions do you guys have? Over here. What questions do you have? Say a question. I have an answer. Question. Whoa. What questions do you have? Like, So it's 2 weeks. Every day I'm dropping a ritual in there. I'm asking you guys are going to oh, cool. Who else? This is exciting. Someone else signed up. Okay. So if you're signing up right now, which you are, congratulations. Oh, welcome, Kat. um, I'm going to be emailing you and we're going to get started on Monday every single day. So Monday is like our opening bonfire. And every day I'm going to drop a voice memo in there and I'm going to allow you guys to ask questions and do kikis and chats as well and like the Voxer chat. And you're going to be taking momentum every single day towards starting a business that feels good. That's your result, is that it feels fucking good. And I'm going to teach you the step by step on how to make up to 5K, although you can definitely like stretch and scale and learn more beyond that. Does that make sense? Like you can definitely go beyond that. Where's my music, homie? Where's my relaxing music? Okay. Well, yay, welcome Kat. Welcome Carrie. Cool. Okay, we're starting on Monday. You're gonna get an email. You're gonna be added to the Voxer chat. So I'll tell you all how to do that. Okay, if you guys don't have any more questions, you can email me anytime. Funkyaphrodite@gmail.com. Right? Any questions over here? I'm gonna go let my dog in, but let me know if you have any questions about what you're thinking, like what do you want to monetize, like is this work for this? Because the answer is probably yes. You're like, what if I want to like start my business? Having like that used to be like one of my biggest shames in life was like I have so many side hustles, and I'm like, that is literally like a gift. So I'm gonna make you feel like a gift. It's a gift too. Okay. Well, this has been fun. I feel pretty good. I am excited now to start writing emails to the people who signed up and be like, hello, this is where you find it. And if there's anybody else who's like, I'm not super sure, that's totally okay. Because there's time, but there's not forever. I need one that can be turned into a full-time job. It's totally possible. It's totally possible. Even if it's like, because like what I thought was going to happen was that I was going to like start a side hustle and it was going to blow up on TikTok and the doors would be knocking down and being like, let me pay you more money. That didn't happen. It didn't happen because the universe had better plans for me. That's why also like business strategy really helps because it helps you like set up business strategy first before like before just the energy. And the reason why I feel like I'm even more extra qualified to teach this because it didn't happen like the way like your TikTok goes viral and everybody like wants to work with you and like you're booked and busy. Like that's how I thought it would work for me and that's how it's worked for a lot of people. But I've had to get creative and I've had to like balance like attraction versus like pitching. Like I've had to get really good at pitching. I've had to get really good at looking for opportunities in my real life, which is like super important. It's really important that you guys integrate and ground your real life into this because that's just going to make it happen. Like that's going to open up your portals for abundance, like more opportunity. And it's going to get your belief system on board too, because you're going to like be taking you're going to be taking like some slight risks like with your energy and your time and you're with your money. Like I mean you guys like put money into something that you like that you now get to show up for. You know, like you're taking these little risks and that is exactly what gets you to where you want to go. And being open to like, no, I have to like start a candle business that goes viral. Like that is closing off. That's like resistance and that's closing off your abundance. So I'm glad that you're so open because that's the vibe. Hi, Alexis. Okay. So Mystic Moneymaker is going to be an evergreen offering. You can get this in a year. You can get this in 3 months, 6 months, whatever. The discount is limited and the group energy is also limited. So if you're considering it, like I feel strongly like now's the time to jump. But if you want to think about it and be on your own time, there is that. But am here to give like the loving kick in the butt to somebody who's like, I've been sitting on this feeling for way too long. It's time to go. So if you have any questions, again, email me anytime. funkyafrodeity@gmail.com. I'm very excited to get this started together. I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my son at daycare. So love you guys. I'm gonna end the Zoom recording. Bye-bye.